And we're rolling. Wow. Long time no see, people. See what this is going to turn out to be. All right. Well, I've been trying to do this for weeks, days now, on end. So, without further ado, let's open with prayer. First, Heavenly Father, my Adonai, precious Yah, thank you for today and this wonderful opportunity to reach out in your light with your love to do your will. I ask that you be a part of all that are here today. Be in us, work through us, and guide us through the teachings of your Son, Yeshua HaMashiach. In his name we pray. Amen. Okay. With that, welcome back. There's a lot going on. My neighbors upstairs have begun their interesting whatever they're going to do here for us. So that's always to be expected. I've made some changes. I'm a little outside of the loop here as far as what can be seen and my green screen and so yeah, see they're starting to drag stuff. Kind of crude. I won't be able to mute should I cough again. So let's talk about this. People have been asking, so I'm going to try to put on the table what this channel is and what this channel isn't. Now, right now, I really don't have the Rumble set up. It's doing it on my personal name. It's supposed to be on the lampstand. I'm on YouTube on the lampstand. It's doing it on Twitter right now for exposure. Because it's important that we begin to talk about some of these things. So, what we are and what we're not. Well, if you're familiar with Andrew Wilson, I became, I would say, familiar with him a little bit back, probably just as he was exploding. And what he is he is a debater who goes up against, I would say, simps and would-be claimed intellects. People that think they have it all figured out. And Andrew dismantles them with logic and reason because it's pretty easy to do when you just take a step back and you don't let emotion and you get in the way of what you're hearing and how you're responding. So I started to enjoy his content. I started to enjoy his content. I saw him on the Whatever podcast once, and he was sitting across from a group of women, and there was one girl dressed in like beige taupe something, and she had glasses, and I had noticed a familiar thing that would happen. If things were not actually heard clearly and understood clearly, both Andrew and the girl were in the wrong. Responses being right, but for what they heard, etc., etc. So I started to question, I started to dive in a little bit with Andrew, and for the most part, I was in agreement with a lot of what he said and a lot of his approach. But I noticed he doesn't build. He spends time tearing down. And that's okay. But it has its time and it has its place. And I would never debate him, because I don't think we disagree on too many things, especially on the rules of debate and the rules of how you handle yourself in these situations. Yeah. So when I saw The Crucible, I didn't say, oh, what can I do? What can I copy? What can I be? Who can I be? I had tried to reach out before, and I tried to talk about what I thought I was discovering inside my family, and it went a little bit beyond some serious clinical research in the realm of narcissistic personality disorder and some of the DSM criteria that would be involved. And there's lots to talk about. Further discovery leans into how victims and well there's no real anybody but a victim, because it perpetrates upon itself. And I think there's a negative spirit involved that's outside of us that takes advantage of it when things go awry or when we go astray. But what I find with people that may be close to suffering to some degree of any of these borderline to NPD issues, you can't approach it delicately, firmly, calmly. There's real no way to do it without you being viewed, if it's accurate. I mean, if the person is suffering, you have to understand they are suffering. Not that something was done to them by a person, but a mixture of many different things. And it's the same way with any type of detrimental, degrading thing that could befall a person. So when you think of Alzheimer's and dementia, well, think about depression, think about things like bulimia, think about anorexia, think about these disorders that overwhelm. I'm overwhelmed by a lot of emotion sometimes in regards to, oh no, what could I have done here? What is my fault? But as we find in Ecclesiastes, everything is vexation of spirit and vanity in the long run if we're not careful in how we walk. So what do I invest in? I could cry all day about, oh, poor Vancey or poor me in the realm of Vance, but I don't see how that fixes anything. I don't think, I mean, yeah, I will have to repent and lament and of anything that's on my table, on my plate. But sitting down and wallowing and crying for hours on end and not having a place to go with any of it doesn't seem to be the right way to go for anybody. The isolationist tactic of walking away and becoming separate. Well, that's what happens in a teardown when you get defeated. If we look at 12 rules for life, I don't want to be the guy that walks around tearing other lobsters up. And I certainly don't want to be a torn up lobster. That's not how we're supposed to live. So as far as the lampstand ethos is concerned and what we are about, I'm going to try to do things a little different. One, we do have a Discord channel. It's open for voice channel, which at some point I would be bringing that in and more of us could talk. I don't boast to have answers. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I am a member of the body of Christ. I am a possessor of the Ruach HaKodesh, however grieved he may be. I believe in the Trinity. It's just in a little bit different way than some of you believe. I believe in the Sabbath, keeping it holy. And I don't really want to have anything to do with any pagan traditions of man, materialism. Not anymore. I mean, I have things. I do things with things, but they're tools. So we're not just another stream or another channel. It's not going to be about personality or opinion. This is about peace. So around here, one second here. The hope is that everything we build, the lights, the sounds, the warmth, it all has one goal: to make truth exist in a space of peace, in a space that sounds peaceful, that is peaceful, that's calm. Because truth doesn't need to scream to be strong, and it doesn't need to argue to stand. Truth already carries its own authority. We just give it a place to breathe. The world out there, we all know, is fast, loud, and reactive. It doesn't take the time to respond as we're asked, to step back. It's not just about the big picture. It's about the long haul. It's about overcoming. People are shouting across walls instead of sitting across tables. But here I'm going to try to slow it down. We're going to try to listen. We'll speak softly, not because we're weak, but because we're sure. That's what we mean when we say truth through peace. You'll notice in everything we do, the glow of an old lamp instead of a spotlight, the warmth of wood instead of cold metal, the calm of real conversation instead of debate. It's all intentional. Every element is designed to invite, not accuse. When we speak truth, we don't hurl it like a weapon. We'll offer it like an open hand. Because even correction, when it's carried in love, restores instead of destroys. That's what this space is for. To invite people home to truth. We called composure before clarity. Because before you can see clearly, you have to be calm enough to look before you can understand. You have to be calm enough to even look. You have to be steady enough to listen. That's what I've been asking for weeks. Keep it calm. Stay calm. That's the heart here behind the lampstand, a place where stillness leads the way. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm going to kick it up a notch. This is the Rant and Relax Lounge. It's called what it is for a reason. But there's a time and a place for everything. So I figured it was high time I put this out there before we segue into the next moment or two. Even our design is now preaching that new message. Brick and brass, wooden glass, real textures, real warmth. Not neon, not noise, until we need it. We're about signal, not static, not noise. There'll be times for breaks and times for fun. But we're looking for the kind of beauty that reminds you that Yahweh still makes things good. We believe beauty is obedience. Because when we honor creation, we're honoring the Creator. Now, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, we're not worshiping the creation. We worship and honor the Creator. But you are a created being. I am a created being. And what God made is created. even the space-time we share. And let no man tear apart what God has put together. Love and respect, the same order Yah gave to the home, are also the pattern for how we create and how we speak. Love is the warmth that steadies the message. Respect is the structure that gives it weight. When you hold both, you find peace. So we build everything we do around that balance. A love that reaches and respect that restores. And from those two comes clarity that heals. That's why we're here. The lampstand isn't just a name, it's a mission. It's a reminder of what Yah said in Matthew 5. No one lights a lamp and hides it under a bushel or a basket, but on a stand, and gives light to everyone in the house. That's us. So I want to be, so we're supposed to be. A light that stands, a place that restores calm. I repent, and truth no longer shouts here, it shines. So whether you've been here before, or you're just finding your way in, this is what we're about. Truth through peace, beauty through order, and restoration through stillness. This is the lampstand, where truth not only looks, seems, and sounds like peace, but it is. So, with that, kiddos, it's time to reach out and say hello to the David boys. So like I said, this is not a scripted item, so I'm gonna put this up, and we're gonna visit a little bit with my kids and my wife, my beautiful sons. That's Vance and Devin here with Anne. Gosh, these are set to be kind of long, and I can bring them up like this, which is great. Geez, is my audio still here? Yes, good. So I can bring some of them up real close. You guys want to see? This is a fraction of what we had. I just want to let you know, Vance, I was thinking about you, and a lot was going on. I had to deal with some visitors. I had to deal with Mom. I had to deal with this stupid phone thing that happened. You were supposed to come home. I don't know really what went down with that one. You should have just come home. You could have made all those decisions from here. You should have communicated some of these things, your worries. Look at that boy. You're precious to me. But you were slipping away out of my hands. You had been I don't know how to put my finger on it. Drifting into some sort of space that didn't seem like you were a real person anymore. And it was very overt. You were trying to fit in and trying to belong in a lot of spaces that you didn't follow my coaxing to help you along the way. And the turmoil and the struggles that were there, I saw it. And you were getting madder and madder at me for believing in your mom. But you have to remember something. This is not something that happened to her per se as it was done. It wasn't done to her. ADD wasn't done to me. It wasn't. But when things begin to go wrong and they don't get handled right, other things can cascade and fall out of your control. Past couple of weeks, I've spent a lot of time on a property, on an intellectual property here. This book here. Love and Respect book. This is a bad page. I don't like this page. But this book, I don't have a lot of my stuff done yet here for how I would like to show this off. Made me sad. Because there's a lot of stuff I knew and a lot of stuff that I put out there before. And I started stumbling upon a lot of this stuff around the time Devin was born. Wanting to give up Christmas, wanting to give up holidays because I didn't feel they were right. I didn't feel they honored Yah in the way I thought he'd want to be honored. And 1 Peter 3 and other Bible verses I started to oh, look at that. Some of 1 Peter 3 is right there. This page is a little rough. It's wonky in its presentation and it's choppy. But the book started, I mean, I can't even do the audiobook anymore. I bought the Love and Respect for Families, and it's so hard to listen to because it's everything I put on the table for years now that I knew was the truth. It's not a brag. It's just it's conviction. Because, I mean, that was real. I grew up under the tutelage of a man. His name was Pete. He went by Napoleon R. DePina, his formal name. Forgive me while I call him up real quick like I have before. Because I've got a screen here that I can use to hopefully show this and connect. And see what we can do. Might be a good picture here. Maybe, yeah. Here we go. This was my mentor. I knew him all my life. If you look him up, he's the greatest man I ever knew. But in it, I have to tell you the truth. a lot of respect. A lot of respect, obviously, being who he was. I never even knew who he was. The depth of it all. It's hard. I betrayed a trust he gave me. And in that, in that we weren't really estranged, but we were apart for, and didn't speak for a lot of years. But the point I'm trying to make is that I was always strong in the respect realm, but I really never learned how to talk to my wife in a loving way. And I never really got to see through what she was offering to find out what was there, because I kept saying something that I was looking for was missing. And it didn't feel fair. It doesn't feel fair. When Vance decided to not come home, and I was waiting so long for this book to show up. I was trying to get the bed fixed up. I was trying to get some of the stuff in the house taken care of that needed to be taken care of, because just so much was left by the wayside. So many things fell apart along the way here. And then that fateful thing where he made the choice to not come home while I was trying to get everyone's phones to work before we switched. I was trying to get trying to get Ann to help switch us to Verizon and try to save a little bit of money. Our older SIM cards, it just didn't matter what I tried. What should have happened was, because I had both phones. I had my phone and I had Vance's phone. They were charging up over there. I bought 2 SIM cards. I was putting Vance's SIM card and Ann's SIM card on new cards. I was going to put them on new. It was a swap because Ann was never around, and I can't get into the details. But apparently Vance reached out to her and said he was leaving that facility he was at, Mealy's Respite, and he needed a ride, and he needed stuff that's expensive to do right. He wants to go into the shelter system. I don't know what's wrong with him. Could have just come home. I was trying to physically recover and get back on my feet. And there was a lot of negative energy in this house, making it so depression and fear, doubt. No one wants to eat. No one wants to do anything. Everybody just gets sadder and sadder every day. Starts to weigh on you. Starts to get heavy. And my body was needing a recovery. 2,100, 2,300, 2,600, 3,200 calories. And I'm barely getting 100, 250 a day, if that. And I'm wasted away. I just looking at myself and just wasting away. I reached out for help so long ago and asked for people to just get involved so a comparative structure of patterns could be built and you could ask the right questions. You could ask me the right questions. You could see something versus hearing something. Ed Murphy, Joel Morales. A lot of difference in doctrine, but none in theology. But stories and things are happening that no one can really put their finger on. Like I'm not believed, I'm not trusted. And somehow, why? I'm not sinning against people, I'm not betraying people, I'm not leading them astray, I'm not lying to anybody. There's an explanation for what's going on here, and there's a reason why she suffers as much as she does. And there was a reason why he didn't feel like he could talk to us. This is the hardest part of my life ever. When my wife found me, found each other, I came out here and all I had was my clothes, my cat, and my computer. And a few trinkets. And very few personal possessions. And I needed to start over in a new location. You know? And she represented everything. A chance. At a new beginning. Most beautiful girl I'd ever seen. But something was in the way. Somehow a light was never shining on me like it should have for her. I just was never seen and I was never known. I'm still not known. Today, all I have is 10 or 20 computers, way too many clothes, a different cat, and kids that I've lost. I'm gonna have to do a quick break real quick. Stand by. Well, I'm back. Sorry about that huge break. Things didn't go as planned. They did not go as planned. Well, I have intentions on bringing forth a small discussion on each subject again. A little bit of talk about Ed and why I was so disappointed in him. A little bit of talk about Joel. I mean, because there's just so much I just don't understand. I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, because if I'm in the realm of Christians, let's take Joel, for instance. Why I can't repent? And is someone telling you that I'm not? That makes no sense to me. I mean, my wife hasn't been here in the capacity of a wife in months. We're working on a year here. Whatever she says has happened doesn't actually happen. I can't even imagine what she's telling anybody. I can't. Because I just don't know. I mean, what is there for me to know? I love how the green screen is the dead giveaway when you move your camera. Yeah, that perspective change, Bri. Right? Throws you way off guard. So I can do a couple things here while you guys look at a few more pictures of the kids. And if you want, I could always put some tunes back on, but I don't have a chat running. I don't have anybody talking to me. So I really don't know what the space would be for that. Oh, look how choppy that is. That's just the worst. I think I have too many things open. Way too many things open. Let's go to the full screen so it doesn't... Well, you guys can just enjoy the pictures. Spent a lot of time at those places. Oh, here. I loved that. He woke up and I had a double exposure of that one time. I don't even know how it happened. It wasn't realistic. And I could see his eyes through the... It's like I could see his eyes through the pad he was wearing. Look at this. Was it whose house was that? Richie's? It's a big pool. See, I didn't want him to miss out on any of this stuff. Anne was like, and you took him away from all those youth group things. And I did not take them away. They had choice. I said things like, if you are being challenged by these children being something that they're not, someone that they're not, people that they're not, make a decision. If you don't want to hang out with people that are two-faced and claiming to be something that then they're not, you don't have to have them in your life. It seems to be the decision that was made. I love that boy. Look at him. He's a good kid. Both of them are. All three of my boys are excellent boys. I don't even... That's part of the problem. They were so different than everybody else. They were. They were different than everybody else. These kids never fought amongst themselves. I never ever had to worry about them sticking things into outlets, drinking fancy colored soaps under a sink. I never even had to put that stuff in the way. Never had to block those things because these guys just knew. They were my kids. Nothing happened. Nothing ever happened to my kids that was bad. I don't know what this woman's ever talking about. She says, you have no idea what I was going through to Devin. I mean, I can't for the life of me even understand what she's getting at when she says this. It's not when I look at all the photos she has. All the photos she has of how happy the kids were, how clean the house was. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Those David boys. Aren't they precious? Yeah. Adrian didn't get to go to a lot of these places. I was the one that was staying with him. My wife would take these two bros out to all these places, and they would have the time of their lives with their friends. And I'd make that sacrifice, and I would stay home with my son. Adrian needed me. Even when we walk down the street, Adrian needs someone to make sure he's just not drifting. You can't just have a life. It's the prettiest girl I've ever seen. I didn't need to go crying again like that. I got her that hat. That hat was custom made for her. She lost one. I don't know what happened to it. There it is again. I don't want her to see me like this. This is so old. This is so cheesy, so 80s. But I needed to let you know that I was thinking about you guys, and this was part of what I was doing. This presentation, just bits and pieces of it. Making sure that you knew I was thinking about you and not just sitting here not thinking about you. I just want you to come home, Vance. Just come home. You weren't supposed to feel the way you were feeling. You weren't supposed to feel like you were alone and abandoned. That you didn't have what you needed. See that smile? That's my meditato. One of the smartest kids I know. Handsome. And soon this phase will pass. And I won't recognize him next time I see him. If I see him at all. Please come home, son. Please come home. Both of you. I got a file folder on her with all the pictures
some from her past. Her and I don't have a lot of pictures together because no one was ever taking pictures of us. Because we never got to go out on dates after Adrian came. I was always trying to get something built and get things settled early so the kids were able to, at least at 13, 14 years old, be able to take care of him. I knew they weren't going to be able to really be able to take care of him on their own until they were in their later teens. Because it's a lot. I mean, he's not awful. He's not a handful. He just has to have routines done and they have to be kept up. You have to love him. You have to love Adrian. There's pictures of him in this, but I was looking primarily for pictures of Vance. And I know the fade is very long on these. I could probably fix it right now and give you guys some. There's just not many pictures. This one was I snapped from the bedroom when I was watching them and playing a video game together, and he was just any time they were together, they were a joy to see. This is what I don't understand. I just don't understand this, Vance. You threw a ton away for what? Really? For what? Oh, it's restarting because I changed the number. So this should be they should fade much faster. Change much faster, that is. So what is this, friends? I mean, what is this? What are you seeing here? A weak man? A man who feels partially responsible for the decay that took place in his home that made it so he didn't have a solid foundation. There's Adrian in the middle there. There's Adrian. See how clean my bedroom is? I just kept trying to build something that was going to be real and going to last. And I kept asking her for real chances to get out of here, to get out of Babylon, to lay real roots someplace and start over fresh and hard, pioneer our way through it. But something was always needing to be a little bit more convenient for her, it seems. And she'll disagree with me, but look at the aspect of last week, this past Sunday. She should have shown up. She could have shown up. I mean, fruit fly. We're hurting for money. A lot of things are going wrong, falling apart. Because this thing she's doing is expensive. And it's taxing her body. I've seen her. Oh, Anne, come home. This self-sabotage. This thing you two are doing. What sense does it make? It's ridiculous. Doesn't make any sense. Look at these boys, they're precious. They're precious. When he left, the moments just keep slipping by every night. There's moments where where is he? Where is he laying his head? Where's he laying his head? He shut his phone off. Something's happened. He doesn't show up on Google Maps anymore. He showed up just days ago. He got messages just days ago, somehow. I didn't do the phone thing 2 days ago. The phones have been fixed for a while. So there's double dots that says they at least got delivered to his device. And now he doesn't ping anywhere. He doesn't show up. He was showing up at Mealy's Respite a few days ago, and now that's over with. I don't know where he is. I don't know where my precious son is. Who would wish this on anyone? Who? I mean, I desperately asked for all of this to be prayed for. I asked for it to become known. I asked for people to come and just see. I needed you to come. And it's almost as if every other type of exposure brought about this thing. She would be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And what do you mean I'm doing? I'm trying to get you to stop and come home. What else is there? You gave me one job. To be your husband. And I tried to be the best husband in the world for you, the best version of who I could be for you, and I kept trying to evolve myself and become better all the time, and it's as if you don't understand the realm of respect in the way I don't understand the realm of love. I've been spending day after day trying to build this stuff, just to reach out. Sometimes I get to go out there and do a few things in the house and move some things and take some things apart and put some things in a bin and get things ready for the next phase of cleaning out the mess. I don't know where she is. I would assume she's at her job right now because it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but never once in the entire marriage did she ever call me. During the day, check in on me. Never once. I never knew what that was about. I never knew why I... You gotta understand, folks. There was that one fateful day. I can't look at him not like that. He's so cute. So precious. The dynamic duo, those two. Oh god. And now Devin is hurting. Devin never thought he'd ever spend a day without this man in his life, this bro. Look at them, three of them. Precious. I would give anything. What am I doing? I'm praying and fasting and basically dying. People ask, Brian, are you sure you're sacrificing and loving your wife like Christ loved the church? Yeah, I gave my whole life to her. And I asked her to stop hurting me. I told her what she was doing that would hurt. And it was as if she didn't respect me. It's as if I couldn't reach her. Ever. All these things, I wasn't even there for this one. I just don't think she ever saw me the way I could have used, the way I needed. I never got to build anything with her. I don't have a retirement plan. I never got to have a career. I'm the equivalent of the flip. I'm the woman that stayed home, gave everything up for the family and the kids, didn't have any of it returned, was unappreciated, maybe was even cheated on. I don't know. I just don't know. I have data I can't contend with. I have lab results that I can't account for in my own behavior. I can't. And I'm willing to forgive that all, but I'm not for whatever it is, for whatever it could be. I can forgive that, but I can't be forgiven. I don't understand the world that these modern Christians are asking me to live in, that my wife wants me to live in, that her friends want me to live in. I don't understand it. I've grown up all my life being told it's important to care about how you make other people feel by people who in turn didn't listen to me when I told them how they made me feel. What am I supposed to do with that? You see, I'm not a low intellect guy. But I get caught up like we all do. I'm fallible. I make mistakes like people do. I have feelings that get in the way and flesh that burns like everyone else's. And as much as my wife thinks I'm some sort of arrogant thing, I've never wanted for a day for any of that. I didn't know how to have it. I don't know what she's talking about. I never once was able to build the foundation to have a platform to jump off of like that and go, look what I did. Look who I am. No, most of what I do ends up just being help for someone else or being a nice person. Not looking for anything. And she's the one that doesn't get it. Her opinion of me mattered more than anything else. She was my world. I hated every moment I was away from her. And when the girl that found me, that I gave my heart to, didn't come home one day, my life's been different ever since. And it's been different ever since. I've tried to reach out. I've tried to tell you certain ways, but apparently every time I think you're getting it, I exacerbate the moment because I then frantic panic and I overload you. And then whenever I don't think you're getting it, I frantic panic and I overload you. You just add that to all the distractions and the way my mind flits around like a moth to a flame. Every which way. Very little direction. You were supposed to be all that for me, and I'm sorry. You were just supposed to be all that. You were supposed to be my reason. The rock I'd turn to. The love and respect I'd need in those moments when I stumbled and I needed confidence. And I needed to know someone believed in me. It was supposed to be you. I never wanted anybody else's vote of confidence or approval. And I knew that if you loved me and were devoted to me, my children would follow suit and they would want to know about me, and they would want to learn about me, and they'd want to follow me, do the things that I do, and be like me. And I'm not bad. I'm not bad. I'm sorry. I'm a mess. But I'm being forced to think that I'm the bad guy here. By certain entities. And I know what I've done and what I haven't done. And I know something is trying to break me. And I don't want to give into it. The truth is that woman was asked to leave because she was also asked to stay calm, not to aggravate situations, not to egg me on. Don't taunt me, don't roll your eyes, don't scoff, don't make these gestures, don't make these disrespectful gestures all the time. Because there's no reason to. You do it before you even hear what I'm even saying. You just, here we go. Well, that book talks about it. It says if your wife has become belligerent and contemptuous like that, good chance the marriage is over. I spent 25 years just trying to get her to see me, and it never happened. It never happened. I never got to build a damn thing with her. There's no maximum FPS. Airsoft Tech and Supply. There's no Brooklyn Beard Company. There's no Game Smack. There's no Calabrese Pizza. That's not her fault. But that's the one where, even though she did the least, she was just the most supportive. That's the thing. That's like the biblical aspect of she did the least, and it was the most supportive. Yeah. There was no nagging, no arguing, very little help with the pictures and stuff like that. Showed up, drove me, believed in me, supported the decisions. It's very little, but I don't mean to downplay it because it was everything. I say it was so very little because it was like it was effortless. It was just part and parcel with her. It was good. You guys see graphics and stuff I do. I put a lot of work into that website, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without her. I would. And it should have served as a good example of what could have been done if she just believed in me and respected me. But we were protected from that group of people. We were. You'd have to look at it that way because these people were affiliated with some nefarious characters, and there was real no way around it other than kind of quitting it and taking everything with me. Yeah, we had to turn that back on, even though it's kind of wonky. Wow. You guys want to see what this looks like real quick? I can do this, I think. I'm pretty sure I can do it. Yeah, we just put the camera on. And you can see there's our camera. There's a secondary screen that I was doing some reading from. There's us. Right? You know, my rig and... But yeah, you can see we got a little setup here. And behind me would be is that. Yeah. I just tried to set some stuff up. So there's a little bit more to do here, you know, than just look at me in a bathtub. So I'm going to put the link back on the screen. For the book. It's a non-affiliate link. Audiobook's good. It's done by himself, I guess. And the family book is done by his son. So a lot of you should find. I mean, when I come to the presentation of the book here, I'm gonna break it down a little bit. Who it's for. It's pretty much for everybody. The testimonies are great, and I've got a nice approach. I hope to leading people in on how to talk about these things and how to bring yourselves back from the edge. So, for an example, we'll be doing stuff like this. Where we would talk about things in the book, elements that would show up, where these are specifically located in the hardcover edition that I gave to my wife. So that's how that works. I don't even know if the microphone is turned on for this one. Yeah, you can hear me good. Yeah, so it's a nice place for when I run it. It's a place for reflection and learning. Yeah. But it would be where we'd be encouraging conversation and whatnot as the best course going forward, obviously. And just encouraging to show and watch and know that she's cared for. And I've got a few versions of this page. The series is coming along, but so this is to be considered a reasonable intro. We're going to cut this short and look in on the kids again real quick, maybe. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that beard on that man. Yeah, that's gone. Potatoes! There you are, potato. Amongst potatoes. I had to sneak that one in there. Definitely had to sneak that one in there. And that one. That's Vance's potato pizza tower guy. There's a couple of these. I think, yeah, look at his avatar from that video game. He knows that one. I don't know what happened to you, kid. Come home. There you are, little man. There you are. Man. Why won't you come home, kiddo? Look at that clean house, by the way, everybody. Yeah, I know where this is. I think this is at Roberts. I'm not sure. I don't think it's here. Precious children. A few of these are you. Mom gave me this picture and I couldn't help it. It's almost as if you were waiting on Yahweh to shine on you, kiddo. I don't know why you don't believe. You can come home, Vance. You should come home. The both of you should come home. I'm sorry, folks, this is a blubbering mess. Just thought people would like to know how much he means to me. I like I can't even put it into words. You can see how much he means to his brother. I don't think Devin can even hang out with us in this. There it is, the David Boy Cyclones, June 2019. Come home. We're family. United we stand, divided we fall. You should come home. I have to get rid of that picture right now. Let's get that off the screen. Sorry, folks. His phone number. Well, that's probably it, folks, for today. I can come back a little bit later. I got to work on some content, but I just needed everybody to know that I've been trying to clean my house. I've been trying to up the production value. At least I'll be able to help Devin if he wants to start his streaming again. And he's crushed. Just looking for some hope, kiddos. Y'all should come home. Gonna get a few more quota systems rolling. Gonna work on some scripts to get these things more refined and get some of my production value upped a little bit. Give you guys a reason to come. So we'll break this book down into a series. We'll go through it together. So with that, I guess we're going to fade and say thanks. So, like, share, subscribe, however it works on all these platforms. Come back and see me again. We'll figure this out together.